Okay, so good evening or good afternoon to you back in Ghana, or good morning wherever you are. Today, my name is Emmanuel Redu, a former teaching assistant of University of Ghana Information Studies Department. Now I'm currently doing my master's in India, Kwa University, Master of Computer Applications. Today I would like to explain some few terminologies, or I would like to explain some practical aspect of indexing and abstracting, which is a course in Information Studies, University of Ghana. Okay, so the topic for discussion today is Thesaurus building or Thesaurus. Okay, so somebody will ask, what is a Thesaurus or what is a Thesaurus building? A Thesaurus is one of the classification schemes. Okay, Thesaurus is one of the classification schemes. And you can say that a thesaurus or a thesauri is used to solve so many problems we normally encounter when we are trying to translate concepts into index term. Okay, when we try our, when we are trying our possible best to translate concepts into indexed terms, uh, we encounter certain problems, and these problems can be solved by building a thesaurus, whereby whereas we are building the thesaurus, we use certain set of devices. Okay, now these devices are used to solve problems of synonyms, problems of differing levels of specificity, and also semantic ambiguities. Okay, so as we are going to go through how to build a thesaurus, we will be meeting, or there is the need for us to explain certain terminologies such as equivalent relationship, heradical relationship, associative relationship. Okay, now the concepts in which, or the concept whose terminologies we are going to use for today's practical expert will be terminologies under documents, concepts documents. Okay, terminologies under concepts documents. You find out that there are so many terminologies. You find out that there are so many terminologies and the concept of documents. Okay. Now the first terminology is the document itself. Another terminology is book. Another terminology is newspaper. Another terminology is CD-ROM. Another terminology is journal. Another terminology is materials. Is uh, Another terminology is information carrier. Another terminology is non-print materials. Another terminology is electronic materials. Another terminology is light. Another terminology is periodicals, and the last terminology is frames, as you can see displayed on your screen. So there is a need for us to pick the terminology one by one and try to build a thesaurus around it. Now, in building a thesaurus, we are just going to use certain terms such as BT, RT, NT. Okay, BT, RT, NT. So in your final exams, you are going to see terminologies. The concept, it can be a different concept. Your lecturer can give you concepts or terminologies under fashion concept, terminologies under animal concept, terminologies under musical instrument concepts, terminologies under language concepts. For today, I'm using terminologies under document concepts. Okay, now for you to be able to easily do it, normally I teach this by using a tree approach. Okay, normally I teach this by using a tree approach. I teach this by using a tree approach. So with the help of a tree approach, we are going to be able to identify the broader term, related term on, and narrower term of each of the terminologies. Okay. Now the concept of the tree approach is basically on the hierarchical structure of things. Okay, when I say hierarchical structure, there's always a root head, a head that is on top. Then, as the head is on top, it has branches, okay, or it has sides. So let's buy this idea in family system. Now, in family system, we have the great grandparents, which is on top. Then
After great grandparents, our grandparents came. Then after grandparents, our parents came. Then after our parents, we have your parents to give birth.
To children, then children to there'll be siblings, then siblings will also give birth to their own children. So that is how the hierarchical structure looks like. Do you get it? So now you need to pick the term one by one and look for the broader term, the related term, and narrower term of each of the terms. Okay, so now when we say broader term, a broader term is a term that is on top of. So when you pick a term, you need to authorize the term. Okay. When you authorize the term, then you are going to look for the broader term of that term you have authorized. You look for the narrower term of the term you have authorized. Then you look for the related term of the term you have authorized. Okay. So now you we are drawing the tree diagram. The first terminology. So in drawing the tree diagram, you need to go through the terminologies and look for the term that is bigger than all the terms. So when we go through our term, you'll find out that document is big, books. Book is a type of a document. So book cannot be big than document. Newspaper cannot be big than document. CD-ROMs cannot be big than document. Journals cannot be big than document. Print material cannot be big than document. Information carrier and document are kind of synonymous. So this is where problem of synonymous comes in. So that is why we are using a thesaurus. So when you encounter such a problem, then there is the need for you to. So when you encounter such a problem, we say that they are having equivalent relationship. When you encounter such a problem, we say that they are having equivalent relationship. So in this situation, we are going to use something we call used and used for. Okay, so now this is how it works. There are two terms which have synonyms. One is mostly used, or one is mostly known by people in the public, and the second one is not really frequently used, or it's not frequently known to the public. So when you authorize the one which is frequently known to the public, then you are going to use UF, that is used for. So something like in this case, we are dealing with document and information carrier. They are synonymous. So document, UF, that is document used for information carrier. Okay, document used for information carrier. Then when you authorize information carrier, you say information carrier use document. That is how we use used and used for. So after you have done with document and information carrier, you go to we are building the fencing, the tree. Okay. So on top we have document slash information carrier. Okay. Then you ask yourself, what are the types of document and information carrier? So types of documents slash information carrier. We have print materials, non-print materials, and electronic materials. They are types of document or information carrier. Then you go to print material. Then you ask yourself, what are the types of print material? So types of print material, we have books and periodicals as types of print material. Then you go to books. Then you ask yourself, what are the types of books? We don't have any type of book in the terminologies given. Then you go to periodicals. What are the types of periodicals? We don't have what are the types of periodicals? Then you go inside, you find out that journals and newspapers are types of periodicals. Then you go to journals. You ask yourself, what are the types of journals? We don't have any types of journals. You go to newspapers. What are the types of newspapers? We don't have any type of newspaper. So we are done with print materials. Go to electronic materials. What are the types of electronic materials? You find out that CD-ROMs are types of electronic materials. Then ask yourself, what are the types of CD-ROMs? CD-ROM is not having any type, so we leave it over there. You go to non-print materials. What are the types of non-print materials? Frames and slides are types of non-print materials. So we write it under non-print materials. Then we ask ourselves, what are the types of frames? We don't have types of frames in the terminology given. Then what are the types of slides? We don't have types of slides in the terminology given. So far we have been able to draw our tree diagram, and this is how our tree diagram looks like. So then we go on to now.
The terminologies, equivalent relationship, heradical relationship, associative relationship. Per the tree diagram we have drawn, you find out that the document and information carrier, they are synonymous. So we say that they are equivalent in nature. Okay, so
Equivalent relationship. Now, when we say heradical relationship, it means that one is higher than the other. Okay, one is on top and the other is below. So, per our tree diagram, we can say that non-print materials, electronic materials, and print materials are having heredical relationship with document and information carrier. Likewise, frame slides have a radical relationship with non-print materials. CD-ROM has a radical relationship with electronic materials. Books, periodicals have a radical relationship with print materials. Journals, newspapers have a radical relationship with periodicals. Now, when we say associative relationship, we are saying that they are at the same level with each other. So non-print materials, electronic materials, and print materials have associative relationship. Frames and slides have associative relationship. Books and periodicals have associative relationship. Journals and newspapers have associative relationship. So we have to take the terminologies one after the other and build a thesaurus on it. So as I was saying, when we take the first terminology, that is document. Document is having a synonym. So therefore, when we authorize the known term, that is documents, we are going to use UF, that is used for, then information carrier continues. Then as we authorize information carrier, we will say use document. Okay. So we go to the next terminology, book. So when you authorize book, you go to your tree diagram, then you try to locate book. So when you locate book, you find out that the term that is on top of book is print material. And I was saying that brother term is any term that is on top of the authorized term. Brother term is any term that is on top of the authorized term. So if the authorized term is book, then you go to your tree diagram and locate book. When you locate book, then ask yourself what is immediately on top of book. It is print material. So brother term of book is print materials. Related term is any term that is at the same level with the authorized term. So if the authorized term is book, the term which is at the same level with book is periodical. So related term of book is periodical. The narrower term of a term is any term that is below the term. Any term that is below the term. So if book is the authorized term, what is below book? There is nothing below book. So you write dash as narrower term. Then you go to the next terminology, which is newspaper. So you locate newspapers on the tree diagram. When you locate newspapers on the tree diagram, then you try to look for the BT, the RT, the NT. Now BT is any term that is on top of newspaper. So what is on top of newspaper? Periodicals. So periodical is the BT of newspaper. Then related term, what is at the same level with newspaper? Journals is at the same level with newspaper. So journals is RT. Then NT, what is below newspaper? There's nothing below newspaper. So NT will be dash. So that is how we go about it. So let's jump and let's take print materials. So when you take print materials, then you locate print materials on your tree diagram. Then you ask yourself what is immediately on top of print material. We have documents slash information carrier. So that is the BT. Then you ask yourself what is at the same level with print materials. So we have electronic materials and non-print materials. They are at the same level with print materials. So they are the RT of print materials. Then you ask yourself what is below print materials. Books and periodicals are below print materials. So the NT of print materials is books and periodicals. So this is how you are supposed to go about it. You pick the terminologies one by one, then you use the description I have told you. BT is anything that is immediately on top of the term you have authorized. Then RT is anything that is at the same level with the term you have authorized. Then NT is any term that is below the term you have authorized. Use this strategy to get your thesauri built. Thank you very much. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and put your comments, your dislike, and if you don't understand something, write it there. I'll get the notification and I'll address it for you. Thank you very much.